All right. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure we have audio working. Testing. Testing. 3, testing. 1, 2, 3. Let's make sure we have audio working. All right. We've got some minor technical difficulties. The Zamboni just died in the middle of the zamming. Left some big slush piles out on the ice. So we might be delayed getting started. Hi, Emery. Hi, Elena. All right, Mooney to the rescue. All right, here come the Andover Huskies. And your River Lake Stars. And Clara forgot her jersey, it looks like, so she gets to wear number 6-7 for all you kids watching later. All right. Everybody's ready to go now. Oh, just kidding. Stars are going to head over to the net, have a little chat. Macy will jump on top like normal. 15-minute period, Stars in white moving from right to left. The Andover Huskies in black moving from left to right. First time these two teams have met this season in this District 10 matchup. All right, we've got Emery Prosser, Peyton Akerson, Layla Garner out there as the forwards. We've got Anna Wagner and Finley Davis as the defense, and Haley Peterson getting the start in net. Prosser wins the draw back to Wagner. Wagner skates it forward across center ice into the zone. Pulls it back, takes a shot. Goalie's going to cover. It's loose, and now it's out. Andover's going to skate it up, move it out, try to get it out of the zone. Turned back by Wagner. Puck held up against the boards here. Davis will flip it into the corner. And Andover picks it up behind the net. They'll ring it along the board, but it's held there by Prosser. She stepped off the boards with it, skates behind the net. Looks for a centering pass. It's intercepted by Andover. Knocked out to the neutral zone. Hepner pushes it forward. Into the zone for Akerson. Akerson skates in. Fires a shot off the goalie's stick. Rebound comes out and goes over to the corner. Now played up the far wall and out to the neutral zone. And we're going to get a call for too many men on the ice. Dolly came onto the ice as Akerson was getting off and left us with 6 on the ice. That'll be a minute and a half bench minor for too many men on the ice. And the faceoff will come back into the Stars zone. Balloon will take the draw. It gets pushed over, centered, shot on. Peterson saves, turns it to the corner. Picked up by Prosser. She'll skate it to the near side corner. Hits the brakes. Gets pinned up against the wall. Loses the puck there to Andover. They get it out to the point. Shot from the point. Peterson saves, puts it into the corner. Stars get it out to the point. Thrown back in. Peterson makes another save. Comes back out to the Andover player at the point. Now she's pressured into the wall by Hagelin. A little bit of help coming in from Hepner there. Hepner got back to her jersey. Somebody came in clutch getting it to her. And the puck is dumped all the way down the rink. And that'll be icing on the Stars. Faceoff will come back into the Stars zone. Barton on the draw has that puck sit underneath her. She steps through with it and whiffs on it, but it goes over to Wagner. Wagner behind the net with it, bounces off the boards, out in the neutral zone. Barton gets onto it, and now it goes to Akerson. Akerson into the zone. She shoots. Goalie saves, covers, and she'll hold on to it for a whistle. Barton on the draw with Akerson, Davis, and Wagner out there. Puck comes out to Wagner. She'll chip it in off the boards low. Akerson's going to chase over to it. She finds that puck along the wall. Pulls it off the wall, skates out front, passes out to Wagner at the point. Wagner shoots wide of the net, picked up by Barton. She centers, it goes through everybody all the way out to the point, past Davis. Davis tries to get to it and falls down. Andover in with a chance. Shot on, Peterson saves, right back to the girl. And the penalty expires. Stars are full strength. Wagner's pass intercepted there. Peterson with a glove save, knocks it down to herself and covers. Nope, doesn't cover. Puck bounces out. And now it's picked up by Akerson. She'll skate it out through the neutral zone. Into the zone. Pulls it past one. Backhand shot. Turned away by the goalie. Picked up in the corner by Dolly. She passes out to Prosser. Prosser fires one off of the crossbar and right back in front of the net, but there's no Stars there to grab it. Andover will skate it out into the neutral zone, where she's pressured. The ref just absolutely demolished Prosser into the boards. And Willa finds it. She's hooked and pulled as she skates it out of our zone, through the neutral zone, into the far side. She's pulled down as she gets a shot, and that'll be a penalty coming up on Andover. Rother on the draw. Andover pushes that to the boards, comes out to the point. Prosser pulls it past one, fires a shot, tipped in front, and stays out in the slot. Now Garner fighting for it there in the slot. Puck comes over to the near side boards. Thrown deep by Garner. Martinka onto the puck. She dives, knocks that girl down. Comes out to Garner at the point, throws a shot, off the goalie, rebound, loose. Prosser, shot, saved, turned back to the corner. Prosser skates across the top of the circles, winds, fires over the net, hits the glass behind the net. Andover with it, pinned up in the corner. Prosser steps in, takes that puck out of there. Into Martinka's feet. She turns, fires a shot. Goalie saves, puts it back out. Kept in at the point by Prosser. Prosser's shot off of a shin pad and straight up to the ceiling. Now Andover is going to skate it out into the neutral zone. Barton gets over to it and puts pressure on. And brought back in, offside by the Stars. Face off, pulled to the near side boards, pushed into the zone by Barton. Balloon comes away with it, passes across, hits the goalie with it, pops out. Puck goes to the far side boards. Stars are going to get a penalty here. Akerson finds it in the corner. Still no whistle. Not sure what we're waiting for on the whistle, but we got a tripping call from the far side of the ice by this near side official. And the Stars will go back on the penalty kill. This time it's Wagner. Minute and a half for tripping. 10:21 remaining in the first period. 4-on-4 action for 12 seconds here. Face off, pulled to the middle by Andover. Now the puck comes out to the point. She'll fire a shot right into Garner. Garner tries to skate it out past. She can't. Shot up off the top, hits the back of the net off the glass. Now Andover with the puck, skating through the circle, firing a shot. Peterson pushes that to the far corner. Picked up by Balloon along the board. She has trouble with it, and Andover takes it away. Moving it to the front. Shot on. Peterson saves and covers. Faceoff will come to the right side of Peterson. Faceoff pulled back into the corner. Skated behind the net by Prosser. She'll fire a pass up the near side boards. Now it's dumped back to the far side corner. Played out by Hepner. She'll skate past one, and then Andover takes it off her stick, but it goes right to Willa. She'll throw it forward through the neutral zone, picked up by Andover in their defensive zone. She'll turn and head towards the Star zone, through the neutral zone, across center ice. She gets that puck into the zone past Davis, but is picked up there by Akerson. She'll wrap behind our net, up the near side boards. Pressured by two, but she gets the puck out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Andover, held into the zone. Okay. And I guess that came out of the zone. Faceoff will come right in front of me here, just outside Andover zone. 17 seconds remaining on that Wagner penalty. Prosser wins the drawback, pulls it into her feet, now it pushes back to Hepner. Picked up by Davis, and she'll ring it off the boards. Now Dolly's got it along the boards, chips it, but it goes over to the Andover girl. Now Andover's going to throw it in. And if that makes it to the line, that's icing. Yep, that'll be icing on Andover. Faceoff come back into the Andover zone. Shots on goal are currently 7-7. Face off, going to come to the right side of this Andover goaltender. Prosser pushes that one to the corner, picked up by Andover. They'll try to get it out, but Hepner's there to keep it in. Hepner skates it forward into the corner. Andover plays it off the wall, up to the blue line, where Dolly turns it back towards the corner. Now Prosser finds it, showing it up to Hepner. Hepner tries to get a shot. It goes to Dolly in front. Dolly puts one backhand and goes wide to the corner. Puck comes out to the point. Held in by Prosser and then chipped off of her stick out to the neutral zone. Hepner pressured, but gets that puck over to Prosser. Now gets it to other Prosser. Emery with it now, skating up the near side. With speed, brings it into the zone, pulls it to her forehand, shot right into the goalie and turned away. Comes out to the point, held in by Wagner. Wagner steps forward, throws a shot, bouncing in front. Martinka steps in to keep that one low in the zone. Now Andover's going to skate that behind their own net. She'll hit the brakes with it there. Head back up the far side wall, off the boards, and Balloon gets a stick on it, but it bounces off of that girl's skate and right over to Akerson. Akerson moves it forward to Wagner. Wagner into the zone with it, skates past one, pulls it back, throws a shot wide of the net. Picked up by Balloon along the far side boards. She cuts it back towards the middle. Andover gets a stick on it. Now Andover racing down for a breakaway. Barton gets into her. Peterson saves and covers. Let's take a look at that again. Barton with a great back check there to get onto that girl. And make sure she can't get a shot. And the face-off, pulled back to the point. Out into the neutral zone, just behind Akerson. She couldn't get to it, and now they bring it in offside. All right, Balloon will take the draw here right in front of us with Barton and Akerson. She gets it over to Barton, then back to Balloon. She'll bring it into the zone along the near side wall. Centered. Backhand attempt. Goes just wide. Now comes out to Prosser. She fires one wide of the net. Picked up in the corner by Barton. She's pressured by Andover. She'll ring it along the end wall. And Andover finds it there, and they'll skate it forward through their zone. Out across the blue line. Into the neutral zone. Balloon puts great pressure on. Peterson stops that puck, leaves it in front of her. Picked up by Hepner. She'll skate forward with it. She chooses off the boards. Hepner, 2-on-1 with Haglund here. Drops it to Haglund, right through Haglund's feet. She'll bounce it over to the boards, though. Now push back down to the far corner. Garner's going to skate over onto it. Andover throws it to the point. Picked up by Wagner. She'll throw it in. Garner's going to chase. Puck goes to the corner. Emery Prosser with it. Moves it out to Hepner. Held in by Wagner. Garner turns forehand. Shot. Saved by the goalie. Puck goes back to the far side corner. And with speed, this Andover girl comes through the neutral zone. Past Martinka. Fires a shot right into Wagner. Wagner skates it forward into the neutral zone. Has trouble. Turns it over there. Now Andover with it with a chance into the zone. Good stick check there by Dolly. Now back to Andover. She puts a shot on. Peterson turns it into the corner. Picked up by Dolly. She moves it forward to Haglund. Haglund's got that taken from her. Back to an Andover girl right at the face-off dot. Centered. Peterson's going to cover, and we'll get a whistle. Stars are currently being outshot 10-9 with 5:17 remaining in the first period. Balloon will take this draw for the Stars to the right of Peterson. It goes to the middle and is pushed wide of the net, picked up by Prosser. She'll skate forward with it up along the near side wall. Into the zone, has trouble with it, leaves that puck on the blue line. And Balloon will take the draw. Pulled back by Andover to their defenseman. She tries to play it out, but is kept in by Balloon. Davis moving forward with it. She's pinned up against the near side boards, then rings it along the back wall. Picked up by Balloon in the far side corner. She skates forward, deeper into the corner. Now it comes out. Akerson pulls it off the wall, moves it back to the point for Prosser. Prosser fires a shot. It's tipped up. Sits in front and everybody's feet. Davis tries to get a shot on. Now the puck comes to the far side corner. Andover tries to clear. It's held in by Prosser. She'll fire a shot wide of the net. Akerson gets over to it, throws a shot off the side of the net. Andover finds the rebound, but Barton's there to take it away. Barton tries to center off to Akerson. Now it comes bouncing through past Prosser. Out to the point. Willa holds it in. Willa throws a shot. Bouncing. Goalie covers and we'll get a whistle. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. She's got Barton and Akerson flanking her. She gets that draw back to Willa at the point. Willa fires a shot. Tipped and goes wide of the net. Barton will pick it up in the corner. Steps out of the corner with it. And has it taken away. Andover plays it back over, but Hepner's going to step into it. Battle for the puck gets popped out by Andover, but Akerson's there. She throws it towards the net, goes to Barton on her stick, and that Andover girl gets there just in time to stop that shot, but it comes right out to Akerson. She fires one off the goalie and wide of the net. It hit the goalie's arm and rolled across the goal line. Now Andover picks that puck up, rings it around to the far corner. Picked up by Emery. She centers, but there's nobody there as the Stars are on a change. And Andover's going to skate forward with it into the neutral zone. Garner steals it, brings it into the zone. Centers off the skate and sits there in the slot. Now Hagelin gets over to help out. Pulled out of the corner by Hagelin. Now move back to Garner. Garner tries to center, but it goes right to an Andover girl. They play it over the near side boards. Past Dolly. Held in there. Dolly will throw it in along the half wall. Now Andover moves it out. And that'll go for icing. 2:45 remaining in the first period. Tied at 0-0 still. Face off, pulled back by Balloon to Dolly at the point. She fires a shot. Glove saved by the goalie, and she'll hold on to it. Balloon on the draw, pulls it back to Dolly. Dolly fires one up in the air off the butt end of the goalie's stick. Comes to the far side half wall, cleared out by Andover all the way down. It's on its end, it's rolling, and that'll go for icing. 2:26 remaining in the first period. Face off coming to the left side of the Andover goaltender. Balloon will take the draw. Balloon wins it back to Wagner at the point. Wagner fires wide of the net. Rebound comes up to the near side half wall. Andover, good pass. Through the neutral zone, into the far side of the Star zone. Shot deflected, goes wide of the net. Picked up by Balloon. She plays it off the boards, gets it up to Davis. We'll chip it out to the neutral zone. Andover skates with it up into the Star zone. Stick on it by Dolly. Takes that away from the Andover girl. Dolly gets that puck forward to Davis. Davis throws it across to Akerson. Akerson into the zone. Drop pass to Emery. She gets it back past Akerson. She gets it back to Prosser. Prosser fires a shot wide of the net. Picked up behind the net. Centered. Prosser gets a stick on it. Fires one. Goalie saves. Rebound comes out. Prosser finds her own rebound. Turns. Fires off the goalie again, bouncing around outside of the crease. Puck sitting there in the feet. Prosser finds it again. Goes for the wraparound. It bounces off of the goalie and out through the slot. Barton's there to turn it back, move it back towards the corner. Barton skates it into the corner. Now Andover gets a stick on it. And we got a high sticking call on Andover, putting the Stars on the power play with 1 minute remaining in the first period. It's off, pushed to the near side boards. Pinned up there by Barton. Prosser helped pull that one out. Skates away with it. First shot deflects and goes to the corner. She picks up the deflection herself, skates it to the near side, turns, fires. It is stuck in that girl's skate. I have never seen that in a youth game before, but it literally got stuck in the toque. I've seen it once in a pro game, never in a youth game. Face off, pulled to the near side corner. Barton gets to it, centers, bounces off the goalie's stick and rolls up her arm, and now it's under her, and we get a whistle. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. She wins it back to herself, moves it out to the point, held in there by Hepner. Hepner walks the blue line. Skates that one forward. 22 seconds remaining in the period. Now Prosser gets it, centers. Off of that Andover girl and back to the corner. Now played up, but Hepner's there. Hepner off of the boards, gets it back to Barton in the corner. 5 seconds remaining. Prosser has trouble with it along the wall. Puck gets stuck there. Now she comes away with it. Fires a shot off the side of the net as the buzzer goes. And that'll do it after the first period. Tie score 0-0. Shots on goal in the first period. 15 for the Stars, 10 for the Huskies. Let's take a look at that last replay of that almost goal. I don't know how much we can see, but this hits the goalie and rolls right behind her and out of the crease. That was a pretty great chance there for the Stars. Unfortunately, unable to capitalize. All right, back for second period action here. Stars in white will be moving from left to right this period. The Huskies in black moving from right to left. Prosser, Barton, Akerson, Wagner, Dolly, and Peterson out there for the Stars. Prosser wins that back to herself. She'll move it forward to Akerson, who chips it into the zone. Barton gets onto it. That Andover girl with nice body control there. Shot through the middle, deflects wide of the net. Picked up by Andover in the far corner. Played out to the point. Wagner keeps that one in. She'll roll it along the corner. Picked up on the end wall. Now played out to the point for Dolly. Dolly turns, fires. Saved by the goalie. Barton can't quite get much on that shot. Puck comes out to the point. Wagner skates it in from the point, then dumps it. Prosser gets to it, tries to center. Deflects back to her on the end wall. Now the puck comes out. Wagner steps in for it. Wagner skates it behind the net. Fires it out to Dolly at the point. Dolly fires it back low for Akerson. Akerson gets it to Prosser. Prosser out to the point for Wagner. Wagner fires a shot through traffic, hits the goalie and goes wide. Puck picked up in the corner, played over to Prosser on the end wall. She tries to center, it comes right back to her. Now she'll skate it out of the corner, through the faceoff dot, fires a shot high over the net. Puck along the near side wall. Played forward by Andover, but Garner is there to get in the way. Now they'll play it out, and it gets past Wagner and out to the neutral zone. Into the zone, picked up by Balloon. She hits the brakes, turns back this direction. She'll skate forward with it. All the way through our zone, out across center ice, into the Andover zone. She pulls it back onto her forehand. She fires a shot into the goalie. Rebound pops up, and it's a goal! That's a Stars goal to take the lead, 1-0. And let's take a look at that one again. Just the put back on the rebound there. All right, face-off coming here at center ice. We got Balloon, Garner, and Haglund out there. Face-off, one back. Hepner finds it. Hepner moves that puck forward along the near side boards, but Andover takes it, moves it back into the Stars zone. Puck cross center ice, skated in by Haglund. She falls down. Now the puck comes back to Hepner. Hepner moves it forward to Garner along the far side wall. Garner across center ice, skates through one. She's pulled down from behind, and we get a call. One minute and 30 seconds on the penalty to the Andover Huskies. Stars will go back on the power play. Lots of penalties this game so far. Prosser takes the draw, wins it back to Willa Prosser at the point. She turns and fires one right into the shin pads of that girl in front of her. Bounces over to Martinka. Now thrown towards the net. Intercepted by Andover. They'll play it up the wall. Comes past Willa and out to the neutral zone. Willa getting back onto it. Backhands out onto the far side boards where Andover finds it. They'll play it down to the corner. Puck along the end wall. Picked up by Willa. She'll skate forward. Fires a pass through everybody. Bounces off a skate and gets over to Davis. Davis throws one in on net. She'll cover that for a whistle. 12-13 remaining in the second period with the Stars on top, 1-0. Prosser wins the draw back to Wagner at the point. Wagner turns, fires. That's deflected wide of the net by that Andover defenseman with her stick. Puck played out by Andover, but held in by Wagner. She'll throw it to the far side. Picked up by Emery Prosser. Skates it in on her forehand. She fires a shot into the goalie, and she'll hold on to it. Prosser on the draw, wins it back. Wagner fires a shot, hits a shin pad, goes right to Prosser. She'll fire a shot. Goalie covers, and it's in the net. I don't know. That goalie covered it and pushed it into the net herself, but the ref saying because she had it covered, we're going to call that no goal. Face off, won by Prosser to Akerson. She turns around into the feet. She fires one in, and it's in the net. Prosser to Akerson for the Stars goal. Let's take a look at that again. Prosser wins that draw. Went over to Akerson. Akerson finds it in her feet, turns, fires, and gets that one across the line. And the Stars go up 2-0. Faceoff coming at center ice. Got an equipment malfunction from the right wing there from Andover. Face off, pulled back by Andover, then pushed forward. Willa Prosser finds it. She plays it forward to Hagelin. Hagelin brings it into the zone. Now it's dumped out by Andover through the neutral zone. Peterson plays that one up to Balloon. Balloon gets it out into the neutral zone. Comes forward, but Andover takes it as it comes into their zone. Puck played into the zone by the Stars. Now Balloon skates through that girl to get to it. Cuts back middle and falls down. Puck played out. Clara crosses herself up and can't get back to it. Now played off the end wall. Balloon will chase it over to the corner. And pushed down low by Garner to Davis. Davis gets it up to Prosser. Prosser cuts to the middle. Through everybody. Tries to get a shot. She's pestered. Loses the puck but finds it again on the end wall. Pass out to Hepner. Hepner throws one towards the middle. Deflects off a stick and goes to the near side corner. Played out to the point. Held in there by Willa Prosser. She fires one wide of the net. Emery finds it along the end wall. Now comes out to Hepner. And Andover is going to take that one and throw it all the way down. Peterson passes that one up to Wagner. Wagner gets it up to Martinka. Martinka fires a shot and she scores. Stars take a 3-0 lead. Let's take a look at that one again. Peterson should get the second assist on that. She played it out right to Wagner. Wagner gets it up to Martinka. Martinka brings it into the zone. Fires a shot to put the Stars up 3-0. All right. Now the Stars are starting to feel it a little bit. 10 minutes remaining in the second period. Puck comes back into the Star zone. Chased back by Emery. Emery backhands it up the half wall. Comes through everybody. Akerson gets to it. Slides it out into the neutral zone. And over with the... Oh, they did give the assist to Peterson. All right, I love it. All right, puck brought in by Akerson along the near side boards. Pushed into the corner. Puck played up by Andover along the half wall. Tries to skate it out of the zone. Prosser with a great example of body contact going right through that girl's stick. Shot from the Andover girl wide of the net. Up the far side boards. Picked up there by Dolly. I don't know how we don't get too many men on that. Same exact situation as what happened in the first period. Puck sitting there right at the blue line. Picked up by Akerson. Akerson moves it forward, looking for a pass. It's intercepted in the middle. Andover skating it forward. Barton gets a stick on it. That allows Wagner to chip it forward to Akerson. Akerson's going to fire that one in deep and go for a change. Balloon's the first one to get to it. She pulls it back into her forehand, tries to bury that one. She's fighting for it at the edge of the net. And the goalie will get it covered. I don't know if anybody else has noticed watching these games, but our goalie seems a lot bigger than some of the other team's goalies that we've been playing lately. Centennial had a little one. Now Andover's got a little shot from the point by Prosser, turned away by the goalie. Now pulled out to the Hepner at the point. Hepner will fire one. It goes just wide of the net. Pushed into the corner by Prosser. Now comes back out to Prosser. She fires a shot. Balloon gets to it. Rebound. Now picked up by Andover along the end wall. But pressure from the Stars causes a bad pass there. But they get to it. Great pressure there from Garner. Turns that puck around right at the blue line. Now dumped in. Stars are going to go get to it. Nope, just kidding. Andover is. Stars went for a change. Andover playing that puck forward. Stolen by Martinka. Pushed to the end wall. Overskates that one. It gets back to it. She gets pulled down. And nobody's there to help her out. Good stick on it by Davis to turn that puck and slow it down. And it comes just outside the zone. Hepner's going to wait there just outside the zone for the Stars to clear out. Now she'll push it into the zone. Andover tries to play it out to the neutral zone. Wagner gets to it, pushes it forward, dumps it into the zone. Puck goes to the near side corner, picked up by Prosser. Backhanded out to Wagner. Wagner skates through, pulls it to her forehand, fires a shot into the defender. It falls right outside the crease. Now Prosser finds it. Glove saved by the goalie. Hammering at it, and she'll get it covered. 7:04 remaining in the second period here for the Stars on top 3-0. Faceoff coming to the left side of that Andover goaltender, pulled back by the Andover girl into the corner, played up the wall, but Wagner steps in front of it, but it gets past her. Andover moves it up the near side wall, coming all the way down. Not going to make it for icing. Dolly gets there first. Puck played out to the neutral zone, picked up by Andover. Now they'll step into the zone around one. Peterson with the glove save, and she'll hold on to it for a whistle. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Andover pushes that puck forward. Peterson's going to dive on it and cover it up. Puck pulled to the far side corner. Trying to lighten your guys' screen up a little bit. It's looking a little dark now. Puck brought out to the neutral zone. Akerson finds it at center ice. Tries to make a move right at the blue line, and we get an offsides call. Well, now we look a little too white. All right, that looks better. Prosser on the draw. Pulls it towards Hagelin on the near side boards. Comes back to Willa Prosser. She'll fire it forward. And now Emery steps in. Gets that one past the defender. Brings it in along the boards. She'll sneak that one past that girl on the end wall. Skating it forward. Right into the ref. And she'll move it back where Hagelin's going to get to it. Hagelin turns. Leaves that puck there. Up the far side, Hepner gets a stick on it, but she gets back to it and gets another stick on it. Just keeps getting her stick right onto it to keep that puck in the zone. Now Hagelin steps in and pulls that puck out of there. She chips it forward. Now it bounces over Garner's stick, but Willa Prosser's there to skate it in. On the backhand, it's tipped off her stick and goes right towards the goalie. Now the puck comes underneath Hepner's stick. She waits for it there along the blue line. Now she fires it into the zone. Picked up by Andover's defenseman. She'll skate it across and fire a pass. Goes over her friend's stick. And Emery Prosser's going to skate that one in offsides. 5:09 remaining in the second period. Stars on top 3-0. Face off, pulled back. Dolly picks it up, plays it over the near side boards. Bounces there, goes forward to Balloon. Balloon brings it into the zone. Balloon pulls it to her forehand, takes a shot right into the goalie, and she'll cover it up. Balloon on the draw for Stars. Pushes that one on the near side wall, but Andover gets a stick on it. They play it out, but Wagner's there to keep it in. Push to the corner where Balloon will chase after it, but it gets past her and goes to the Andover girl. She plays it along the wall through the corner where it's pinned up by Dolly, and then Andover comes back with it. But Balloon's in the way. She's got it on the end wall, and Andover takes it away again. Andover looking for a pass through everybody. They're saying that Dolly should have played that one, so no icing call. Puck comes over to Wagner on this side. She'll skate behind the net with it. She passes it forward to Martinka, and it bounces over Martinka's stick. And that one will go for icing. Faceoff will come back in front of Peterson to her left side. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. Pushed over to the far side boards by Andover. Pinned up there by the Stars. Now to step off the boards with it. Her shot deflects and goes high over the net. Willa banks it off the boards forward, but not quite all the way to Akerson. Now it comes back to Willa in the corner. She moves it forward to Akerson. Akerson shovels it out into the neutral zone. Barton's going to get to it. Brings it in. Has some trouble with it, but Akerson's there to find it. Now it comes out to Prosser at the point. She'll wind, fire a shot. Tipped and goes wide of the net. Pass out to Prosser, goes right under her stick. Through the neutral zone. She'll get back to it. Prosser behind the net with it. Tries to pass it forward, bounces off an Andover girl. Now she'll play it back to the near side where Akerson gets to it. Can't get it out of the zone though. No, shot fired wide of the net. Kicked to the side by Peterson. Played forward. Not quite out of the zone. Now it gets pushed out of the zone by Akerson. Barton comes over to help. Brought into the zone by Prosser. She'll fire a shot right off of that defender's arm. And she'll try to clear it out. Barton has it stuck in her equipment. Akerson fires a shot. And the goalie will cover. Faceoff coming to the right side of the goalie. Pulled back by Andover into the corner. Pressure put on by Balloon. Pass is intercepted there by Dolly. Balloon gets it. On her forehand, pushes it just wide of the net. Picked up in the corner by Balloon. Hagelin steps in to help. Now it comes back to Balloon. She'll walk out of the corner with it. Centers. Nobody's there. Puck comes right back to her in between her feet over to the near side boards. Now it's dumped by Andover, but Wagner's there to find it. Wagner's pass deflects off a stick and stays in the zone, but played forward by Dolly. Now Andover throws it in offside, and we're going to get that face-off coming all the way over to just outside of the Huskies zone. Got a little jock jams going on here. Cassie rocking the music tonight. Face-off pushed into the Andover zone. Emery steps through with it, pulls it on her forehand, tries to make a move through the goalie underneath her. It's loose. And we get a whistle anyway. And Prosser's going to go for a slash. Puck was bouncing underneath the goalie, and I guess the ref didn't like that our girls kept playing till the whistle. All right, minute and a half penalty kill here for the Stars. We got Martinka taking the draw. She wins that drawback. Wagner skates it behind the net. Oh, loses it there into the corner. Centered by Andover, goes through everybody. Centered, goes right through the crease and over to the near side corner. Picked up by Wagner. She fires it along the end wall. Davis is going to race over to get to it. Davis tries to get it out, but it bounces off that Andover defender and stays in the zone. Shot put on Peterson, turned away. Now Wagner with it, up the near side wall and out into the neutral zone. Played back in by Andover. They step through everybody. Centered through everybody. Nobody there for Andover. Davis will bounce it off of the wall and out of the zone. Stars got caught in a change, and nobody knew who could touch the puck, who couldn't, so kind of left it there for a minute. Puck played out by Wagner, but not out of the zone. Now pushed back into the corner by Andover. Wagner will get back onto it. She plays it up the far side. Balloon runs into that girl, falls down, centered and covered by Peterson. 1:05 remaining in the second period, 26 seconds left on the Emery Prosser penalty. Barton's going to take this draw. We got Barton and Akerson with Prosser and Hepner out there. Face off, pulled to the far side by Barton, then pushed up the wall by Hepner. Now Hepner skates away with it, gets it out of the zone into the neutral zone. Andover is going to skate towards this near side wall, pressured by Barton to get that puck back to the neutral zone. Now dumped in, past Prosser. Peterson's going to just cover that one up for a face-off. 4 seconds remaining on Emery's penalty. Face-off pulled to this side by Barton, over to Willa. She is hammered into the boards, and Andover is going to go for a body check. And Emery's out of the box. Andover goes to the box. So the Stars will have a minute and a half of power play, which will bleed into the third period. Shots on goal, Stars are leading 28-13. And it wasn't that long ago that Andover was leading with shots on goal 11-10. Prosser will take the draw. She's got Barton and Akerson and Prosser and Hepner. Emery wins that one to herself. Skate it to the corner. Skates behind the net with it. Out to the blue line. Turns, fires a shot into the Andover player's skate. Hepner gets there, gets a skate on it, or a stick on it to slow it down, but Andover coming out with speed. Tries to center, goes through everybody to the near side boards. Akerson pulls it off the boards. Around one, moves it forward to Prosser. Prosser tries to pass to Barton, but Barton didn't see it. Barton gets that one first, gets it to Akerson. Akerson skates off the wall with it, passes to Hepner, but the buzzer goes, and the Stars lead 3-0 going into the third period. All right, back for third period action here. Stars on top 3-0. They'll start this period off on the power play. 52 seconds remaining on that body checking call to Andover. All right, Stars in white moving from right to left. Huskies moving from left to right. Akerson having the tire skate to start this third period. Face off, push forward to Barton. Barton brings it into the zone, but Andover turns it back out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Dolly. She'll skate it in. Through one defender, through two, around a third. Shot on goal, turned away by the goalie. Puck to the end wall. Dolly finds it, pins it up there. No, Andover skates away with it. They try to get it up to the corner, but Barton's there. She pushes it back down low. Now it comes over to Balloon in the far side corner. Balloon with a drop pass, leaves it for Wagner. Wagner bounces it off of her stick. Now played out to the point where Balloon gets it. Balloon off the wall, gets it in lower to Akerson. Akerson gives it to Balloon as she skates by, but Andover's there to put a body on her and slow her down. Andover trying to get a shot, but it's deflected. Comes to the near side wall, picked up by Dolly. Dolly plays it forward, bounces off a defender to Akerson. Akerson with speed into the zone. She's pulled down, and that'll be a tripping call. I guess no penalty shots today. Not everybody's as lucky as Layla. And another minute and a half of power play for the Stars here. Prosser wins that drawback to Prosser. Willa fires a shot just wide of the net. Puck comes out to Hepner in the near half wall. She's fighting with the Andover girl there for it. Now played to the end wall. Everybody falls down in a pile there. Good pressure put on by Hagelin to turn that puck around into the corner. Now comes out. Emery Prosser finds it. Tries to get it up to Hepner, but it bounces off a stick and now played out to the neutral zone by Andover. Willa's going to skate it down behind our own net. Look for a pass through everybody off Emery's foot. That bounced off Emery, but they're saying it didn't. Bounced right off her foot. Face off will come back into the Star zone. Prosser on the draw here for the Stars. Stars with 45 seconds left in the power play. Dolly will skate behind the net with it. She turns, fires a pass up to Akerson through the neutral zone. Pulls it to her forehand, goes in the far side of the zone. Cuts middle, tries to get a shot. It slides through past the crease. Now Dolly centers through everybody. Andover plays it out. Trying to get a breakaway here, but Wagner chases back and gets to it. Behind our own net with it. Skates past that girl. Fires a pass up the middle to Akerson off of her stick. She'll get back to it. She brings it into the zone. Drop pass for Barton there. But Wagner skates up onto it because Barton didn't see it coming. Now to Barton at the point. And it's in everybody's feet. Now held in by Hepner. Hepner skates past that girl. Centers to Balloon. Balloon tries to get a shot. Couldn't get anything on it. Andover plays it out to center ice. Brought into the zone there, but pressured by Hepner. Puck bounces off the end wall. Andover puts it into the corner. Now it's picked up and played forward. Hagelin tries to backhand it out, but it bounces off of her and goes over to Balloon. Balloon into the zone with it, makes a move, but loses the puck into the corner. Now she's hammered into the boards. Now the puck comes up the half wall. Hepner steps in to keep it. Garner throws it back to the corner. Play to the far side corner. Andover chips it out. They've got a 1-on-0 here if nobody gets back to it. Garner with speed, back checking, gets back there and turns that opportunity away. Now Garner with an opportunity of her own, skating the puck out through our zone, through the neutral zone, across center ice, into the Andover zone. Brings it down into the far side corner, and she's ridden off of it. Puck stolen by Emery. Emery fires a shot wide of the net. Puck goes to the far side wall. Andover's going to skate out with it. Weaving back and forth. She'll turn, fire. Peterson will put that one into the corner. Picked up there by Prosser. She'll skate it through the neutral zone, across center ice, into the Andover zone. Has that chipped off of her stick into the corner. Now played out to Davis along the half wall. Davis loses it in her feet. Now it comes out to the point. Wagner lets that one slip out of the zone. Regroups, gets it over to Dolly. Dolly leaves that one on the blue line. All right, puck was sitting on the blue line, but we're going to get an offsides call. Mark and Amanda, I doubt you're watching, but Mark, I think this is your best friend, the ref. Face off pushed over to Barton. Barton brings it into the zone, fights through a couple, then loses the puck over to the near side wall. Puck comes out. Barton finds it. Now loses it in her skates. Bounces to the near side corner. They'll try to clear it out, but it's turned back by Akerson behind the net. Out to the point for Wagner. Wagner fires one on. Rebound. Bouncing around outside of the crease. It's loose. It's loose. It's loose still. And I guess you got it covered now. .10:01 remaining in the third period. Stars on top 3-0. Dolly, Wagner, Hagelin, Garner, and Prosser out there for the Stars. Prosser pulls that one back, skates back onto it, weaves around one, hits the brakes, loses that puck, but Dolly gets to it, shot on. Garner fires one right into the goalie. She'll cover it. Garner with a big windup and fires that one right into the goalie. Prosser will take the draw again. Push to the corner by Andover. They'll try to get back to it. She plays it forward, but Garner's there to intercept that pass. Now played up the wall, but Wagner steps in front of it. Now it's chipped out into the neutral zone, but Garner gets back to it. Garner skating through a couple. Sorry, I forgot to move the camera there, guys, but Garner gets back to it. Gets it over to Wagner. Wagner skating to the neutral zone. Throws it forward. It's tipped by a couple girls, and the goalie's going to cover that one for a whistle. Shots on goal 32-14 in favor of the Stars, with 9:19 remaining in the third period here at Blattner Rink in Richmond. Prosser on the draw, pulls it to the middle, goes under Martinka's stick, and Andover's able to move that one forward into the neutral zone. She's skating forward. She's going to dump that one in. Oh my gosh, Peterson tries to play that one, but chips it and it bounces off of her stick dangerously. Now Martinka skates it forward, gets a pass forward to Davis. Well, just about tipped my tripod over. Prosser steals that one, skates it up along the half wall. Now it bounces around and Andover's able to take it. They'll throw it out to the neutral zone where Willa's going to get back to it. Willa hits the brakes, goes around one, then has that puck bounce into the zone. Prosser finds that puck. She fires a shot. It bounces. Davis gets a stick on it, and the goalie will cover. Face-off coming to the right side of that Andover goaltender. Balloon pushes that one over, but Barton has it bounce over her stick. Now Barton gets back to it in the corner. Gets it to Akerson. Akerson backhand centering attempt. Gets intercepted by Andover. She'll skate forward with that, but Hepner keeps it in the zone. Puck right inside the blue line. Akerson with a shot. Save, rebound, Balloon. Now it's bouncing around there, gets pushed just wide of the crease. Barton finds it, centers, turned away by Andover. Hepner steps in, skates it in from the corner. Barton tries for a wraparound, it's bouncing around, goes through the crease, and Andover's there to clear that one out. Puck bounces through everybody, all the way down. Not going to make it for icing. Hepner's going to have to hustle to get back to it. Centering attempt from Andover. Now the puck comes out to the point, but kept in by Andover. They're going to throw that one back into the corner. Picked up by Balloon in the far corner. Her pass goes right to that Andover girl, but it bounces off of her and out into the neutral zone. Hepner looking for a deep pass to Garner. Off of Garner's stick and gets to Prosser. Prosser with the drop pass to Wagner. Fires the shot off the goalie's helmet. Prosser finds it behind the net, skates it up the half wall, gets to Garner. Passes back to Prosser and goes right over her stick and all the way down to the star zone. Some fancy passing there. That was really nice, girls. Long pass up to Haglund off of her stick and chipped into the zone. Played to the end wall by Andover. They're going to go back and find it. Off a skate and out to the neutral zone. Wagner skates over, puts pressure on, takes that puck away, makes sure they don't get an opportunity. Wagner moves that puck forward to Haglund off of her stick and over to Prosser. Just inside the zone. Haglund's able to get a stick on it, but it comes out of the zone. Prosser runs that girl right into the boards. Now Willa gets back onto it. Oh, Willa had that puck pop up on edge on her. Now she gets it up forward and chipped out of the zone by the Stars. And here comes Martinka all alone. Pulls it to her forehand. Shot right off the goalie's face mask. Puck into the near side corner. Played out by Andover into the neutral zone. Balloon picks up some speed as she's going into the zone. Brings it down to the corner. Cuts it back middle. Pushes it right through the crease. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Andover all alone on a breakaway. And she is taken down by Balloon. Let's see what he calls. Tripping the call. Called a trip and a rough at the same time. I am not sure what. I am not sure what we've got going on here. 5.5 minutes remaining in the game. Andover has pulled their goalie to go 6-on-3 here. Barton will take the draw. She wins that one, but Andover takes it away, gets it out to their point. Centered. Fires a shot wide of the net. Bouncing wide of the net. Played over the near side wall. Andover gets back to it. Firing a shot high and wide of the net. Puck goes to the far side wall. It's picked up over by Andover at the point. Shot put on. Peterson will cover. Ah, Haley got her goalie penalty. She got a roughing call. That girl got taken out into her, and I guess she punched her. That brute. Yes, she wanted a goalie penalty this year. Don't know that we wanted to put us down into a 5-on-3 situation. Puck moved out through the neutral zone, rolling on end, and that'll get called for icing. 6-on-3 here. Katie just had to come up here and make sure I knew it was Haley. An assist and a penalty, she's pointing out that Haley's got an assist and a penalty this game. So now she needs to get a goal. Quick shot high and wide by Andover. Played out right into the slot. Shot put wide of the net by Andover. We do have an empty net on the other end, so this would be her chance to get a goalie goal. She's been practicing for a long time. Puck put in front by Akerson. Now she throws it out. It goes to the point, but stays in. Shot blocked in front by Prosser. She tries to clear it out. It bounces off Akerson. Now Akerson fires it up into the bench for a faceoff inside the zone. 21 seconds remaining on this 6-on-3 situation. Prosser will take the draw for the Stars. Pulls that puck back, gets it to Willa. Willa skates behind the net with it, hits the brakes, gets tied up there. She tries to fire it out. It's bouncing dangerously in the slot. Now it comes out to Emery. Emery's going to fire this one all the way down and wide of the net for icing. And Andover, with 7 seconds remaining in the power play, is going to return their goalie to the net. Face off, pulled back by Prosser to Prosser. Willa skates, hits the brakes, turns back. She's going to have some pass opportunities, but she dumps it all the way down the ice. On net, played by the goalie, off to the side. Picked up by Andover. Stars back to full strength. Wagner comes in, gets knocked down. Centered. Hepner. Hepner's shot deflects into the corner, picked up by Akerson in the corner. Centered, off an Andover stick. Now she'll control it. She's going to throw it down. That'll go for icing. 3:24 remaining in the third period. Stars on top 3-0. Shots on goal 38 for the Stars and 16 for the Huskies. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. She wins it, but it bounces off a skate and goes to the side. Now pushed forward by Andover. She's going to skate it up the far side wall and dump it. No icing called. The front ref thought it might be, but no call from the back ref. Puck skated behind the net by Balloon. She'll lose it there, but Barton gets over to it. Puck moved out and dumped back in by Andover. Dolly finds it in the corner, pulls it off the corner, gets it around to Wagner. Wagner off the boards, out of Akerson's reach, but out into the neutral zone. Barton's going to race to it. Barton makes a move, pulls it past. Backhand shot, pulled wide. Able to stand herself up so she didn't have a big collision. And a goal from Garner! Garner with the goal. Let's take a look at that again. Macy hitting the brakes there so she doesn't collide with that wall hard. Puck bounces back out. Comes out to Garner right there. She slides down the slot. And she throws that one into the back of the net to put the Stars up 4-0. Green thumb from Rizzy. Puck comes back. Wagner fans on that one. Doesn't come out of the zone. Held in by Andover. Now moved out into the neutral zone by Prosser. Garner gets a stick on that one. Now Andover's bringing it into the zone, but is stolen there by Prosser. She'll skate up the near side boards. Pulls it to the other side. Around behind the net. Pass across the point. Willa fires a shot. It's deflected in front by that Andover girl. She finds it, skates it through the neutral zone, across center ice, into the Star zone. She'll fire a shot. Peters turns that one away. Puck held up in the corner there by Dolly. She moves it forward up the wall, but Andover's there for it. Now it comes back, and Emery gets it. Minute and a half remaining in the period. Puck comes to the end wall, picked up by Prosser. She'll play it forward to Garner. Garner chips it off the boards, but it's held there by Andover. Puck along the far side boards. Prosser pushes her into the boards. The puck sneaks away, but Dolly gets there. Now it comes back to Prosser. She'll play it up the wall, but Andover's got that girl there to keep it in. Now Dolly chips it off the boards to Garner. Garner whacks it out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Andover. They're going to try to sneak in on our change, but the change was quick. Prosser putting pressure on there. And the Stars get that one out through the neutral zone, all the way back into the Andover zone. 45 seconds remaining in the period. Puck played out to the neutral zone. Hepner's going to skate that one in offside. Face-off coming here with 38.3 seconds remaining in the third period. Stars on top 4-0. Balloon will take the draw for the Stars. Face-off pulled back by Balloon. She's going to throw that one forward into the zone. Davis gets a stick on it, push it to the corner. Picked up in the corner by Andover. They try to run it up the boards, but Hepner's there to keep it in. Andover is going to skate behind the net with it. They'll fire it forward. Crosser at the point. Crosser fires one through the crease into the corner. Hepner will step in on that one to keep it low. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Puck pushed out, but picked up by Martinka. She fires one. It deflects wide of the net, and that'll do it. Stars win 4-0 over the Andover Huskies. Shots on goal for the game, 39 for the Stars, 16 for the Huskies. And we will be back tomorrow in Champlin Ice Forum as the Stars take on Anoka Coon Rapids Champlin Park.